Okay. Okay, the next technique that we're going to move to is called spinal rotation. Rotation, just like it sounds, it's kind of a twisting motion. Your shoulders kind of twist in one direction, your hips kind of twist in the other direction, and it's like kind of like wringing out a dish towel. I don't think we're going to get quite that intense about it, but what we're going to do is stretch the muscles that help us or allow us to rotate our spine. These muscles, a lot of it are the obliques that are on the side of your torso and your hip muscle that's up high here, okay? All right, spinal rotation. This is where we're going to use the hand weights. So what you're going to want to do, I'm just going to use one. You can use two if you've got two. The starting position in this is to just tip back on your back, and then what you do is you bring your knees up so that they're pointing vertically, so you're sitting like this. All right? Now I'm going to go to the right with my knees the first time on this stretch. So what I do is I put my left hand under my hand weight. And then what you do is you just allow yourself to let your knees drop over to the right. Okay, now you're probably, unless you're really flexible, you're going to feel some stretch right here across your pec, between your chest and your shoulder. You're going to feel some stretch through your torso here, through the oblique muscles, and you're going to feel some stretch here in your hips. That's exactly where you want to feel it. Again, this is just like hamstring stretching. You're going to breathe, relax, and try to just wait for that release. Now, another little technique that you can use with spinal rotation is you take your opposite hand and you just bring it up here onto your thigh. And what you can do is you can begin, drop your foot out in front a little bit, and you can just rock your leg a little bit. You know, I call this jostling. This jostling motion helps to get the release to start happening. I think it's more effective than just laying in this position. Give it a try, see what you think. Okay, once you start to get loosened up, you feel a little bit of release all through here. You can go over, bring yourself back to the starting position, switch your hand weight over, and let your knees fall to the left. Okay, same thing. You're going to feel the stretch here, across your chest and shoulder, down your side, and in your hip. Get your hand on your thigh, drop your top foot forward a little bit, and jostle a little bit. Everything's the same. We're going to breathe, relax, and we're going to look for that release, or where we start to get comfortable in this position. You might even feel a few of your vertebrae adjusting. You might hear it or feel it. That's okay. If they're adjusting for you, that's because they want to adjust. Don't be concerned. I think most people actually like that. All right, once you get to the feeling of the release in this position, you can move to a second phase where there's a little more stretch going on. So you come back to your starting position, switch your hand weight back to that first stretch. What you do now is you extend your right leg and now roll to the side. Okay? And what you're doing by extending that right leg, you're getting it out from underneath, which lets this leg, gives it a little more room to kind of sink down toward the floor. And if you're going to jostle a little bit, you know, you can kind of pull your knee down a little bit. And again, we're just going to lay here, and we're going to breathe, relax, and be patient. And wait for that release. That hurts so good feeling, the release, where you start to get comfortable in this position. It's going to happen all through your arm, and shoulder, chest up here, down your side, and in your hip. All right. Switch hands. Extend your left leg. Roll. Jostle a little bit. Breathe. Relax, be patient. Wait for the releases. Up here, down your side, in your hip. And that is spinal rotation. Give it a try.